He also came out with Oldboy in 2013. So this is a remake of the South Korean masterpiece, which
I actually just watched the other day.
did you?
Again.
I love that movie. So it's in my top 25 all time favorites.
It's great.
So Oldboy, it's a masterpiece, the original. And when Spike remade it, this movie bombed at the box office. It made $5 million because I think it's not that it's like if you saw this movie on its own, if Oldboy, the original, didn't exist, it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's fine. But I don't think you can remake a perfect film. You can't remake a masterpiece. And I think that the studio that wanted to do this, they underestimated how much people love the original and how that made them not want to see a remake of that film, to see an American Hollywood remake of a great South Korean piece of film.
Yeah, I mean, now hopefully less foreign films are adapted into American films because, the popularity of things like Squid Game and Parasite showed that they can become very successful in America.
Well, Parasite's being adapted into a TV show, I think.
Shit,
for
I forgot. Yeah, with Mark Ruffalo.
But I mean, Bong Joon-ho is producing it.
Yeah.
And writing it, I think.
I don't think he's writing it, but he might be producing it. But it's just Oldboy's a perfect film. Also, the South Korean tone, I don't think American audiences were ready for it.
I don't think so either.
Or understood it. It's a different kind of tone. It's a different kind of filmmaking. It's like Squid Game. I think people were getting the grasp of it. Parasite as well, that humor. But it's just a perfect movie, and you have a great cast like Josh Brolin, Elizabeth Olsen, and Charlton Copley. He's awesome as the villain. But I just think that this proved that there's no point in remaking a masterpiece of a movie just for American audiences. They can just watch Oldboy on their own.
I know. I mean, I know it's happening more and more often, and they're not always bad, but the thing with Oldboy is a special movie. That is one of the best movies ever made, man. That's so good. How do you remake that?
I also don't see, I thought it was an odd choice for Spike to pick to make.
And that's what I mean.
Because it's already a great film. I understand if he wants to make a movie from the 50s or 60s that, with modern technology and great new storytelling techniques, he can make something, not an improvement, but a great new version of a story. But to make a movie that came out only, not even 10 years previously, I mean, I thought that was a strange pick for him.
That's why I said earlier, I don't think Oldboy is a Spike Lee joint. I think it's a Spike Lee film, which is different than a Spike Lee joint.
Maybe he only does that if he writes it.
Maybe, but still, I don't think I'd watch it again, And it's crazy that you have these stars in it and it only made $5 million. I think that shows you that no one wanted to see it because of it being what it was.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's nothing against Spike. I think if anyone made a remake to Oldboy, no one would want to see it.
Yeah, and I feel bad because Josh Brolin put himself through hell during the production. At one point, he had to lose 20 pounds in a week, and then he had to gain 15 pounds in a day.
In a day?
He ate, he just kept eating for an entire day to gain weight because he had to show weight fluctuation. And he had serious mental health problems.
Well, the problem with that character, which is different than the South Korean version, where he does lose weight in that one, but he's not
it's not they weren't let's show his weight difference.
Yeah, in the Oldboy, the remake, he's absolutely shredded and jacked out of his mind, but they show him overweight first.
Yeah.
But even with his overweight belly, you can still see he's absolutely yoked underneath.
He's just got a pot belly.
He's jacked with a pot belly.
And Josh Brolin seems naturally a thin guy naturally, so he only gets weight in his a belly area, whereas in the Bong Joon-ho film, the actor he has a more full face. You can just tell from his face that he's at least 40 pounds larger than he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then in the Josh Brolin, the Oldboy one, the remake with Spike Lee, Josh Brolin's character, when he loses the weight, then he becomes enormously, he's just ripped out of his mind. But you could see that already before he lost the belly fat, which didn't really, when I watched him, how that makes no sense. He's enormous below this belly.
And also they didn't have the tone of the humor of Oldboy's original.
Like you said,
it's funny and the insanity is played for laughs. He's crazy, but it's silly. Whereas Josh Brolin, he's not silly. He's just dark and grim.